second is third. They just made that change now. Who did? Oh. What is this?
Carlson gave me a copy.
What?
Carlson gave me a copy.
Oh, okay. If these don't blow away, can I just give them to you for a few minutes? Because I got to run out there and do senior stuff, so I'm just going to put my chair behind you for now.
Yep. Whatever you need to do. Let's start tonight.
I know. Actually, I was going to see if I could get you to do me a solid. His grandparents are missing tonight's game for like the first time in forever because they're in Champaign, Illinois tonight.
Okay.
The whole family's streaming it on YouTube. So I was just going to sometime during the game with you just be like, I want to give a shout out to Rhett's grandparents who are watching from Champaign. Okay. Just to make, because they feel so bad they're missing. Okay. Yeah. So I was just going to have, I'll give you their names and just because what he's pitching, I just thought it might be kind of cute.
Especially on the last home game.
Yeah. Cold beer on Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and a radio. Georgia pie, and that's home, you know. Sweet tea, pecan pie, homemade wine, where the peaches grow. And my house is not much to talk about, but it's filled when love is grown and southern ground, and a little bit of chicken pie. Cold beer on Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio. See the love in my woman's eye, feel the touch of my precious child, and know a mother's love. It's funny how it's the little things in life that mean the most. Not where you live, what you drive, or the price tag on your clothes. There's no dollar sign on a piece of mind, this I've come to know. So if you agree, have a drink with me, raise your glasses for a toast to a little bit of chicken pie and cold beer on Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio. I like to see sunrise, see the love in my woman's eyes, feel the touch of a precious child, and know a mother's love. Thank God for my life, for the stars and stripes, may freedom forever fly. Let it rain, salute the ones who died, the ones that give their lives, so we don't have to sacrifice all the things we love, like our chicken pie and cold beer on Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio, a live sea song. See love in my woman's eyes, feel the touch of a precious child, and your mother's love, it's a little chicken fried. And cold beer on Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio, a live sea song. See love in my woman's eyes, feel the touch of a precious child, and your mother's love.
As parents are getting off, they'll come do the plate meeting.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Trying to balance when to go on.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Show and then get out for the anthem.
Hey, were you calling the game last night?
It was, yeah.
That was you?
Yeah, that was me.
You were hilariously brutal. I was laughing so hard.
I'm sorry.
No, it was a rough game. It was.
I've never seen Norris like that.
Yeah, well, I can tell by your commentary. The whole time I'm doing it. But I was.
Caught me off guard.
I listened to you instead of the other stuff.
Oh, yeah,
But you were like, I don't know, 10 seconds ahead of the play.
Oh, really?
So you would react to it, so I get your reaction and then the play,
Yeah.
which made the play even funnier.
Yeah. Like I said,
That was funny.
it was something I don't know if I'll ever see again because it was just like,
I asked Brett up there, what did he have to say? He's like, what did they say? There's nothing you can do about that.
yeah. And I'm like, going down the list of games, I'm like, there's just nothing here that indicates that this is
No.
positive.
That was, well, you know what, every team had that.
Yeah.
Usually it's just more and more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Titans Activity Complex for our senior night. Just so you're aware of the timing for tonight, the team will do in and out, and then Norris will be doing their seniors, and then we will do plate meeting and intros. down with me when I go over. Oh, by the way, Mitch is going to give him a shout out in Illinois during the game. Because they're all watching it with the family. I think they're at Troy's. That's why I think they are, yeah. They're already watching it. They already have it on the set. Apparently Carlson is live already. So.
I don't see it when I go live.
Your last one? Bittersweet?
Yeah.
Kind of done? You ready to be done doing this?
Yeah, kind of.
I used to have a buddy, I was going to find out. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he was a good friend of mine. He was big over at Husker Vision.
Yeah.
And I need to find out if that's true. He also might have went to Warner Park here and there. But I was after I was going right. I'm like, why did you text Scott? Scott's still working. I was going to drop him in and be like, dude, this kid, you know, pay attention to him.
Yeah.
Because he used to be in charge of all the videos and all that stuff. And I know it's one big group now. But I think he went to either Carl Swan or Warner to do it. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of nice. So you know the girl who does like the MKM volleyball games? She lives in my town.
Oh, nice.
And then
Oh, wow. Yeah, you do.
commitment to Norris baseball. First up, number 1, Alex Lewis. He is escorted by Jeff and Alexa Lewis.
Try it there.
Well, I didn't. Did you just move the volume?
Yeah, all the way up.
It says
32. Try that. Do a check. See if it.
Check.
No. Are you on?
Check. Better?
Yeah.
That's all I got. So.
Okay.
Again, first up tonight, escorted by Jeff and Alexa Lewis. Number 1, Alex Lewis. Alex, favorite baseball memory is beating Waverly in the league state championship. If he could eat one thing for the rest of his life, it would be a double meat and rice bowl from Chipotle. After graduation, Alex plans to attend the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, majoring in biology with plans to attend physician assistant school after UNO. Please congratulate number 1, Alex Lewis. Next up, number 5, Alex Small, escorted by Pat and Kara Small. His favorite baseball memory is dogpiling at Werner Park after winning the state championship. And if he could eat one thing forever, it would be Chinese food. After graduation, Alex plans to attend the University of Nebraska-Omaha to continue both his academic and baseball career. And the team does think Alex takes the longest to get ready for a game. Please congratulate number 5, Alex Small. Next up is number 8, Kyson Gaina. Tonight, Kyson is escorted by Craig and Lori Gaina. His favorite baseball memory is winning the state championship, and if he could eat one thing forever, it would be steak. After graduation, Kyson plans to attend the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, majoring in construction management while continuing his athletic career as a long snapper for Husker football. Ladies and gentlemen, number 8, Kyson Gaina. Number 9, Wyatt Fortner. Tonight, Wyatt is escorted by Jared and Carrie Fortner. His favorite baseball memory is hooping it up after team dinners, and if he could eat one thing, it would be Panda Express Orange Chicken. After graduation, Wyatt plans to attend SCC Milford and play a lot of golf. The team thinks Wyatt would survive the longest in a zombie apocalypse. Please congratulate number 9, Wyatt Fortner. Number 10, Carson Ibsen. Tonight, Carson is escorted by Amy and Chris Ibsen. His favorite baseball memory is winning state, and if there's one thing he could eat forever, it would be cheeseburgers. He does plan to attend SCC Milford, studying building construction technology. The team does think Carson spends the most time fixing his hair during a game. Please congratulate number 10, Carson Ibsen. Number 11, Aaron Gettle, escorted by Shane and Angie Gettle. His favorite baseball memory is his first varsity at bat and hitting a triple versus Standing Bear. And if he could eat one thing, it would be chicken. After graduation, Aaron plans to attend the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and major in business. The team does think Aaron has the worst walk-up song taste. Please congratulate number 11, Aaron Gettle. Number 12 is Caden Kraft. Caden is escorted by Jamie and Tiffany Kraft. His favorite baseball memory, winning the state championship, and steak would be his favorite thing to eat. After graduation, Caden plans to attend SCC Milford to obtain a degree in electrical and electrical mechanical technology. The team thinks Caden is most likely to forget his uniform. Please congratulate number 12, Caden Kraft. Number 13, Brody Stone. Tonight, Brody's escorted by Kevin and Mindy Stone. Favorite baseball memory, getting his first varsity injuries after coming back from UCL surgery. And if he could eat one thing forever, it would be chicken. Brody does plan to attend SCC Milford to be an electrician. The team thinks Brody is a team comedian, or at least he thinks he is. Please congratulate number 13, Brody Stone. Number 16 is Caden Fredenberg, escorted tonight by Mike and Kim Fredenberg. Favorite baseball memory is hitting BP with the guys, and if he could eat one thing, it would be steak. After graduation, Caden plans to attend Highland Community College in Illinois to continue his baseball career. The team thinks Caden is most likely to trip over nothing on the field. Please congratulate number 16, Caden Fredenberg. Next up, number 19, Rhett Kozier. Tonight, Rhett is escorted by Benjamin and Carla Kozier. Favorite baseball memory is coming in to pitch versus North Star with the bases loaded and securing the win. If he could eat one thing forever, it would be his mom's German chocolate cake. After graduation, Rhett plans to attend Iowa State University to study electrical engineering. The team thinks Rhett is most likely to argue with the ump and lose that argument. Please congratulate number 19, Rhett Kozier. Number 22 is Eli Starner. Tonight, Eli is escorted by Kyle and Megan Starner. Favorite baseball memory, winning the state championship in 2024, and biscuits and gravy would be Eli's favorite meal. After graduation, he plans to attend SCC, then to UNL to study finance. Please congratulate number 22, Eli Starner. And last but not least, number 24, Bryce Fountain. Tonight, Bryce is escorted by Mike and Jane Fountain. Favorite baseball memory, winning a state championship his sophomore year. And if there's one thing he could eat, is his mom's spaghetti and meat sauce. After graduation, Bryce plans to attend Cloud County Community College to play baseball and major in business. Please congratulate number 24, Bryce Fountain. As we thank them for their leadership, dedication, and everything that these seniors have given to Norris baseball, please give one final round of applause to all of our Norris Titan baseball seniors and their families. Congratulations, men.
Yes, now. Took my chair. No, that's my chair. That's my chair.
Oh, well, I've been sitting in this chair the whole time.
Sorry, that's my chair.
Put
I
your
love
all
you.
the shit in it.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Titans Activities Complex on the campus of Norris High School for your matchup between the Waverly Vikings and your Norris Titans.
Figured you might want those.
Yeah, I will. Let me remind everybody that sportsmanship is essential to high school athletics. Norris and the NSAA require all participants to show good sportsmanship. Please refrain from saying anything towards the officials of today's game. Support your team and demonstrate good sportsmanship. I don't have my script today. I left it at home.
Want mine?
Yeah, really. Luckily, I know everything. What I don't remember is the team managers or all that stuff. So, do you know them? I always forget. They're the only ones I don't remember. Oh, yes. He's the man. How do you say that? Jalen what? Sika? I always say Sika. And now we'll do the starting lineup. First, the starting lineup for the Waverly Vikings. Batting first and playing left field, number 18, Cy Dewing. Playing shortstop and batting second, number 2, Carson Malcolm. Pitching and the designated hitter will bat third. It's number 12, Cody Nierhauser. The center fielder will bat fourth. It's number 1, Zach Meckelhose. 4 is no, what? Position 4 is second base? Yeah. Playing second base and batting fifth is number 4, Crew Verkamp. That's what screws me up when they do that. Yeah. Catching and batting sixth is number 6, Colt Kirchhoff. The first baseman will bat seventh. It's number 5, Tyler Gilsdorf. The third baseman will bat eighth. It's number 3, Trevor Raisler. And the right fielder will bat ninth. It's number 11, Braxton Culver. The head coach is Fletcher Zorns. When there's the same number stuff, it messes with me.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
And now the starting lineup for your Norris Titans. Playing center field and batting first, number 8, Tyson Gaina. Catching and batting second, number 5, Alex Small. The designated hitter bats third. It's number 20, Trace Fountain. Playing first base and batting fourth is number 7, Ashton Monroe. Batting fifth and playing third base is number 15, Dominic Copeland. The second baseman bats sixth. It's number 6, Bryson Steele. Playing shortstop and batting seventh is number 2, Lane Truba. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 14, Hunter Anderson. And playing right field and batting ninth is number 18, Maddox Krivolovic. And starting on the mound is number 19, Rhett Kozier. The managers are Jalen Kizzy, Blair Strachey, Bella Hayes, Hudson Ivy, Kyle Keller Meeks. The bat boy is Dax Ivy. The coaches are Scott Cahoot, John Altman, Phil Ivy, Will Hayes, Aiden Bennett, Greg Martin. And in his 10th year as head coach, Mr. Sean Bartholomew. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise if able, remove your caps, and turn the flag to the north at Titan Stadium as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red flare almost bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Just so everyone knows, that is sung by the Norris Octet, which features senior number 11, Aaron Goodall. It is 53 degrees. It is time for baseball.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast of high school baseball by NSTV on the Norris Baseball YouTube channel. I'm Mitchell Severson, and today we have the Waverly Vikings visiting the beautiful campus of the Norris School District to take on the Norris Titans. The away team is going to be the Waverly Vikings. The Vikings come into the game with a 14-9 record with a loss yesterday to Seward 4-3 and are the second seed in the Elkhorn North District and will play Wahoo Bishop Newman next Thursday. The Vikings are coached by Fletcher Zornez and assisted by Jordan Haas, Mike Stearns, Austin Elm, Dan Lau, Paul Riley, Alex Angel, and Aiden Kelly. The home team's going to be the Norris Titans. The Norris comes in the game with a 13-12 record with a loss yesterday to Bennington 14-2, and are the third seed in the Omaha Scott District and will play Bennington 1 week from now on the 8th. The Titans are coached by Sean Bartholomew and assisted by Scott Coe, John Altman, Phil Ivey, Will Hayes, Aiden Bennett, and Greg Martin. Around the field for the Titans today, pitching is going to be Rhett Kozier, making his first varsity start. Behind the plate is going to be Alex Small. At first base, it's going to be Ashton Monroe. Second base, Bryson Steele. Shortstop, Lane Druba. Third base is going to be Dominic Copeland. In the outfield, it's Hunter Anderson in left, Kyson Gaina in center, and Maddox Krivolovic in right. And here in the top of the first, it'll be 1-2-3 for the Waverly Vikings and Cy Dewing, Carson Malcolm, and Cody Nottinghauser.
Due up first for Waverly is number 18, Cy Dewing.
A trio of juniors coming to the plate for the Vikings and an all junior and senior roster for the Waverly Vikings. So Dewing comes up to the plate. He's the left fielder today for the Vikings. Dewing is batting .364 on the air as the first pitch to Dewing is taken for a ball. 1-0 the count to Cy Dewing. Like I was saying, Dewing's batting .364 with, as he takes that one inside for strike one. 12 hits in 33 at-bats, 13 runs, and 7 RBIs as Rhett comes set, and here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, hit to the shortstop, Druba, who bobbles it, throw to first, in time over to Monroe for the first down of the inning. Great job there by Druba getting the recovery off that error. So that brings the plate number 2, Carson Malcolm. Dewing was only out there by about a half a step. He was really hustling it down the line. Kozier's going to look for the side. He comes set, and here's the first pitch to Carson Malcolm. He'll take that one low, ball one. 1-0 the count to the junior and Carson Malcolm. Kozier's working quickly now as here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit to left center field. That'll be Gaina reaching out for the dive, but can't quite get it. And it'll be Hunter Anderson to get the ball. Gaina had a good jump on it, but just couldn't quite come down with it. So that brings to the plate number 12, Cody Nienhauser, who's leading the Waverly team in batting average of .397 with 27 hits and 68 at-bats, 13 runs, 18 RBIs, 4 doubles, 1 triple, and 4 homers. Definitely a big player for the Waverly Vikings. As Kozier's going to have to deal with a runner on first and 1 out. Let's see how he deals with runners. And the first pitch to Nienhauser is taken for a ball. 1-0 the count to Cody Nienhauser. He's also pitching tonight for the Vikings. Kozier looks in for the side, checks first, comes set, and here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. A big cut there from Nienhauser. Kozier steps back on the mound with Zach McEllos on deck. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, shot down the first base line, just tipped off the glove of Ashton Monroe. Coming to third will be Malcolm as he will get into third, and it'll be runners on the corners and 1 out now for the Vikings as Zach McEllos is going to step up to the plate.
Ball that does get on the single brings up number 1, Zach Meckenhose.
So McEllos is going to step into the plate. So Kozier's going to look with runners in scoring position here. And here's the first pitch. Outside ball 1, 1-0 the count to Zach McElholes. McElholes is batting .271 on the year with 19 hits and 70 at-bats as McElholes tips that one for a strike. 1-1 the count now to McElholes. McElholes, as I was saying, has 14 RBIs, also 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 1 home run. A lot of power on this Vikings team. So Kozier comes set, and here's the 1-1 pitch. In the turf ball 1, Nienhauser is going to slide into second for the double. So it's 2-1 the count now to McElholes. Kozier comes set, and here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hitting to center field. Gaina's back, he's got to play for it. He'll make the catch. Malcolm's going to tag, and he will score the runs first for the Vikings.
Ball hits at center field.
On the sac fly from
but on the tag up, they do score. Brings up
Zach McElholes.
Crew Verkamp.
That brings the plate number 4, Crew Verkamp, the second baseman tonight for the Vikings. First pitch to Verkamp's going to be taken inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Verkamp. Kozier's going to looking for the sign. He comes set, and here's the 1-0 pitch from the senior, Rhett Kozier. Swung on, hit in the air. This should be playable for the first baseman, Monroe, who gets under it, makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. But not before the damage is done in the top of the 1st inning as the Vikings get on the board 1-0.
Brings Titan baseball to life for all of our online fans. Mitch plans to attend UNL in the fall, major in sports media and communication, with a potential minor in sports management. His long-term goal is to work in sports broadcasting. Please join us in giving a huge Titan thank you and congratulate Mitchell Severson.
So here we are in the top of the first inning. It'll be Kyson Gaina, Alex Small, and Trace Fountain. Top of the lineup for the Titans here in the bottom of the first inning. Titans will have a few college commits here in the top of the lineup, starting with Kyson Gaina, the UNL football commit. He's walking on to the program as a long snapper as he takes ball one from Ninehauser, and he's going to foul that one off. 1-1 the count now to Kyson Gaina. One ball and one strike here on Gaina. Gaina's batting .276 on the air as he's going to take a ball high and away, ball two. 2-1 the count now to Kyson Gaina. With 21 hits and 76 at-bats, 12 runs, 16 RBIs, and 4 doubles. In there, strike two called from Ninehauser. So here's the 2-2 pitch. In there, strike three on a backdoor off-speed pitch, and it's the first strikeout of the day for Ninehauser.
Let's go. Yeah.
So that brings the plate Alex Small, who's going to UNO to play baseball. He's catching, I believe, for UNO as he takes high ball one. 1-0 the count to Alex Small. Small is batting as he'll take ball two. 2-0 the count now to Alex Small. Small is batting .227 on the year with 15 hits and 66 at-bats, 4 runs, 12 RBIs as he takes strike one. 2-1 the count now to Alex Small with 12 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a home run. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 3-1 the count out to Alex Small. Trace Fountain, the sophomore, waiting on deck for the Titans as here's the 3-1 pitch. And Alex Small is going to get the walk with 1 out. And so it'll be a runner on first and 1 out for the Titans as sophomore Trace Fountain steps in the box. Definitely a big level player for the Titans as number 11, Aaron Gettel's going to come out in courtesy run.
The catcher, number 11, Aaron Gettel.
Fountain fist bumps the catcher and the home plate umpire. Definitely a good sportsman is Trace Fountain. As Ninehauser comes set and he's got a quick windup. As here's the first pitch to Fountain as he takes strike one. 0-1 the count to Trace Fountain. Nienhauser comes set, and here's the pickoff attempt at first. Gettle gets back safely. Definitely a tough pickoff from Nienhauser, who's a lefty. So Nienhauser comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch to Trace Fountain. Fouled straight back in the netting, and it's 0-2 the count now to Trace Fountain with Ashton Monroe on deck for the Titans. Fountain, the younger brother of senior Bryce Fountain and of ML minor league baseball player Cale Fountain, as Trace Fountain takes just high ball one. 1-2 the count to Fountain with a runner on first and one out. Gettle gets his lead from first, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit to the shortstop. That's Malcolm. Flip to second one. Fountain's bustling it down the line. It gets by the first baseman Gilsdorf. And it's Fountain on the error, on the fielder's choice, an error by second baseman Verkamp.
A sophomore, number 7, Ashton Monroe.
So that brings to the plate number 7, Ashton Monroe. So Monroe gets it, and that one's caught by a diving play from Verkamp.
Third out. That'll end the first inning. Your score: Waverly 1, Norris 0.
And that'll end the bottom of the first inning with Waverly 1, Titan 0. So batting for the Vikings here in the top of the second inning, it's Colt Kirkle, Tyler Gilsdorf, and Trevor Racelier. I'd like to shout out the streamers of the game. It's Rhett's grandparents who couldn't watch tonight's game in person. Ned and Luann Kosher, thank you for watching in Illinois. As Rhett steps on the mound for his second inning of work, as that one swung on. This one might stay in the field of play. It's first baseman Ashton Monroe, and he can't quite come down with it for the foul ball. So Kershaw now down 0-1 against Kosher. So Kosher comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Just outside, ball one. 1-1 the count now to Colt Kershaw. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung out, hitting the air to center field. This one's on a liner for the right center field gap. Gainel will cut it off and keep Kershaw at first. And the leadoff runner is on for the Vikings here in the top of the second inning. So that brings to the plate number 5, Tyler Gilsdorf. Landon Vaughel out to courtesy run for the catcher in Kershaw. So Gilsdorf, a senior. Kozier's going to take his time on the mound. Kozier comes set, and here's the first pitch to Gilsdorf, as that one's going to be a single into center field. And so it'll be runners on first and second early here for the Vikings.
Number 3, Raceler.
So that brings the plate number 3, Trevor Raceler. So Kozier in some early trouble here in the top of the second inning. So Raceler comes to the plate for the Vikings. He's batting .276 on the year with 16 hits and 58 at-bats. 9 runs and 7 RBIs as he takes high, ball 1, 1-0 the count to Trevor Raceler. Kozier's pace definitely slowed down as that one's bunted right back to the pitcher. His only play is first base as the throw is over to first in time to the second baseman there. Bryson Steele covering for the charging for Ashton Monroe on the sacrifice bunt. So runners on second and third now for the 9-hole hitter in Braxton Culver. And he's first pitch to Culver is taken for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Braxton Culver with the top of the lineup inside Dewing coming up to the plate for the Vikings after Culver. And here's the 1-0 pitch from Kozier. In there, strike one called. 1-1 the count now to Culver. As Kerschel's going to get his lead from third. Gilsdorf, who's on second, is already got a big lead as Kozier comes set, and here's the 1-1 pitch. In there, strike 2 on the breaking ball. 1-2 the count now to Braxton Culver on the filthy curveball there, last pitch from Rhett Kozier. Kozier moves the ball in his hands, finds a good grip. He comes set, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Big strikeout there from Rhett Kozier with 2 runners in scoring position. And that brings to the plate number 18, Cy Dewing. Dewing's already 0 for 1 on the game with a ground out to the shortstop back in the first inning. Kozier comes set, and here's the first pitch to Dewing as he takes outside, ball 1, 1-0 the count to Cy Dewing. And this is the batter Kozier needs to get because he's got Carson Malcolm and Cody Nienhauser to follow Dewing, and they're both 1 for 1 on the day. As that one's going to be taken low and inside, ball 2, 2-0 the count now to Dewing. Vikings have a few lefties in their lineup. Dewing is one of them, and Kozier comes set, and here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, hit to the first baseman Monroe. He's got it, and will step on the bag in time for the third out of the inning. So Rhett Kozier gets around a second and third one-out situation to keep the game within 1 for the Titans. And heading into the bottom of the second, it's the Titans 0, the Vikings 1. So here we are in the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Dominic Copeland, Bryson Steele, and Lane Druba batting for the Titans. 5, 6, 7 up in the order. As Nienhauser comes set, and here's the first pitch. In there, strike one, 0-1 the count to. That was a ball one. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself there. 1-0 the count to Copeland now, as Copeland takes that one inside, kind of punches it in the left field for a bloop single, and the Titans have the leadoff runner on.
Copeland on with a bloop single.
A sophomore, number 6.
So that brings up another sophomore in Bryson Steele. Titans going with a younger lineup, only 2 seniors in the lineup, and that's then the 1-2 in Kyson Gannon and Alex Small. All the rest is mainly sophomores, 2 juniors, sorry. So here's the first pitch to Steele, and he takes strike one, 0-1 the count to Bryson Steele. Titans have an impressive senior, junior, and sophomore classes for baseball. As that one's taken low, ball one, 1-1 the count now to Bryson Steele. The Titans did roll a lot more seniors out Tuesday night, but that was supposed to be the pre-planned senior night until weather got in the way. As it's 1-2 the count now to Steele. As Steele takes that one inside, that's going to be a soft roller to the shortstop, Malcolm. He's got it over to first in time for the first out of the inning, but Copeland will move to second there. And looking at Waverly's schedule, they began the year on a note, going 0-3. And then they won 5 straight, sorry. Then they lost to Elkhorn, then they had 3 postponed games in a row. Then they just continued their tear through April. And now as the calendar flips to May, they look to get a strong start here against Norris, as that one's taken strike one to Lane Druba. Ball one, 1-1 the count now to Druba. 1 ball, 1 strike to Druba, with Copeland on second and 1 out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike two, 1-2 the count now to Lane Druba. So the umpire is going to stop and talk to Nienhauser. So Druba's back in. Nienhauser comes set, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hitting the air to right center field. This one has a chance to get down. The right fielder, Culver's going to get to it, and Copeland thought about going to second there. So the Titans are making contact. They just can't quite get at the hits.
Number 14, Hunter Anderson.
So that brings to the plate number 14, Hunter Anderson, another sophomore for the Titans. Waverly also has a win against Norris, as that one's taken high, ball one. That was back on the 24th, so a week ago, and they won that one 8-5 in the Lincoln East tournament. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Inside and high, ball two, 2-0. The count now to Hunter Anderson. So here's the 2-0 pitch. In there, strike one, 2-1 the count now to Hunter Anderson, who bats from the right side of the plate. So here's the 2-1 from the lefty Nienhauser. Inside, ball three, 3-1 the count now to Hunter Anderson. Titans looking to get another runner on here with 2 outs already in the inning. And the bottom of the lineup in Maddox Krivolovic on deck. So Nienhauser comes set, and here's the 3-1. Swung on, hit to the third baseman, Ray Sleer. He's got it over to first in time. It gets by the first baseman Gilsdorf, and 1 run will score, and the Titans have clawed their way back to tie the game here in the bottom of the second inning.
RBI scores on the error. Ties it up. A sophomore, number 18, Maddox Krivolovic.
So a run scores there on the throwing error by the third baseman Trevor Race-Lear as Maddox Krivolovic steps in the box for the Titans. The only lefty in the lineup and a junior. Swung on, hit in the air to right center field. This one's gonna get down for a base hit as it just avoids Michelhoz's glove. Here comes Anderson, he will score, and Maddox Krivolovic with the 2-out RBI triple for the Titans to put them in the lead 2-1.
Triple!
Big hit there from the junior and Maddox Krivolovic. And the Titans have the first lead of the ball game at 2-1.
Number 8, Tyson Gaina.
Krivolovic just took the first pitch he saw there from Nienhauser and pulled it in a right center field. So Kyson Gaina steps in the box now for the Titans, and he's gonna foul that one off. Foul that one off his shin. So 0-1 the count to Kyson Gaina, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first inning. So Nienhauser gets back on the mound after the reset there. Gaina appears to be okay. Everyone in there seems to be okay. And that one's taken high. Ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Kyson Gaina. So that one almost got away by the catcher, Kerschel. Nienhauser comes set, and here's the 1-1 pitch. In there, strike 2 called on the outside, lower outside corner of the plate. 1-2 the count now to Kyson Gaina as Nienhauser approaches 34 pitches. And that one's going to be fouled off, and the count's going to remain the same at 1-2. Nienhauser comes set, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped to the shortstop. This one's going to be a tough play as Gaina's busting it down the line. Throw to first. Not in time, and the Titans take a 3-1 lead now on the RBI single from Kyson Gaina. That'll bring to plate another senior, Alex Small. And so the umpires will talk this one over. But so far the call on the field is a single as the Waverly coach is now out of the dugout. And he's arguing the call on first here in this 3-1 ball game. And the Waverly fans don't always like the call.
Batting a senior, number 5, Alex Small.
So Alex Small is going to step in the box now as the score is now 3-1 in favor of the Titans. Nienhauser's got a 2.96 ERA. Has a 3-1 record in 7 games this year, 1 save. As Small takes outside ball 1, he walked in his first at bat back in the first inning, and he's going to look at strike 1. 1-1 the count now to Small. Nienhauser has pitched the bulk of Waverly innings this year with 28 and a third, sorry, as that one's taken for ball 2. He's allowed 35 hits, 17 runs, 12 of them earned, 11 walks, and 23 strikeouts for the junior. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Inside ball 3. 3-1 the count now to Alex Small. Nienhauser comes set, and here's the 3-1 pitch. High ball 4, and Small draws his second walk of the game. And Nienhauser just can't quite get that third out. And so now the Vikings will have a meeting on the mound as Aaron Gettle comes out to a courtesy run for Alex Small. So Trace Fountain up to bat for the Titans. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Popped up in the air. The catcher and the first pitcher were after, and there'll be the catcher, Kerschel, making the catch for the third out of the inning.
Not only in the inning, but not before the Titans take the lead, 3-1.
So the Titans, with after the 3-run inning, are heading into the top of third with a 3-1 lead. So here we are in the top of the third inning, and it'll be Carson Malcolm, Cody Nienhauser, and Zach Mickelhose. My apologies in advance if I have to cut out a little bit. If you can see on the broadcast, I'm right behind home plate. I have this big microphone wind blast. It's supposed to cut out the wind. I don't know how many truffula trees Mr. Carlson had to cut down to make this thing, but I inhaled one of the microfiber things, and I'm choking a little bit, so it's 0-1 the count to Carson Malcolm as Rhett Kosher comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to left field. It's Anderson there to make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Brings up number 12, Nienhauser.
So Kosher has really settled in after a rocky first inning as Nienhauser steps in the box. And he's 1 for 1 on the day with a single back in the first inning. Here's the first pitch to Nienhauser. Low ball 1-0 the count to Cody Nienhauser. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside ball 2. 2-0 the count now to Cody Nienhauser. So Kosher comes set, and here's the 2-0 pitch to the junior. Outside ball 3, and it's 3-0 the count now to Nienhauser. Both dugouts are getting loud, and it's a capacity crowd with the Waverly well represented, and the Titans have filled their area of the stands. As that one's ball 4 as Nienhauser flips the bat off the 4-pitch walk. So that brings to the plate Zach Mickelhose. Bunch of Titans fans, Norris high schoolers. As they are lined up all from about behind home plate here all the way to the first base dugout, and they're about 5 deep all the way. Swung on, hit to the short, hit off the pitching mound. It'll be Druba making the play, but he can't quite, as Mickelhose will get the infield single.
Brings up number 4, Verkamp.
And that brings up to the plate number 4, Crew Verkamp. So just an unlucky play for the Titans as it took a nasty hop off the mound. And Verkamp will step in the box after he popped out back in the first inning. So Rhett Kozier comes set, and here's the first pitch. Chop to the shortstop, Verkamp. He's going to bobble it on a couple bounces, and he has nowhere to go. And the Vikings have the bases loaded now, and one out
Number 6, Kerschel.
for the 6-hole hitter in number 6, Colt Kerschel. We got water now, so we can now not choke on any more microfibers. And the first pitch to Kerschel is taken for strike 1, 0-1 the count to Colt Kerschel. Swing in the air to the center field. This one's deep, this one's back, and this one's gone. A grand slam for the catcher and Colt Kerschel. And just like that, the Vikings on one swing of the bat have taken the lead 5-3. And looks like Kerschel missed second base, or and they are saying it's a ground rule double, or possibly a ground rule double. I had that one as a home run. And it looked over to me. At first I thought it was them making sure Kerschel touched second base, and it looks like it'll be Kozier's day.
Now we're going to bring in a new pitcher.
So it looks like they're going to bring in number 1, Alex Lewis. On the ground rule double is what? On the double.
The ruling on that previous hit was a ground rule double, not a home run.
Definitely an interesting play. I pulled up the broadcast that we have just to go back and see what that hit looked like. So Kerschel just took the pitch to Kerschel into center field, and everyone in the stadium thought it was a home run. So when this gets done, it'll be 3-3. As Alex Lewis will now come into the game. Definitely a tough call to make there by the umpires. So that brings the plate number 5, Tyler Gilsdorf. So it's runners on second and third after that potential grand slam ground rule double. Now ground rule double. So ball 1 to Tyler Gilsdorf. 1-0 the count to Gilsdorf. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In, and Gilsdorf will go around, and it's 1-1 the count now to Tyler Gilsdorf. Definitely a rivalry match here between the Titans and the Vikings. As here's the 1-1 pitch now to Gilsdorf, as that's outside. 2-1 the count now to Tyler Gilsdorf. As the Titans lost to the Vikings at the Waverly Stadium at football on a walk-off field goal. 45-42 was that score. And they've just been competing in all sports this year. As Lewis comes set, and here's the pitch. And inside, ball 4, and it's a walk for Gilsdorf. And the bases will be loaded for number 3, Trevor Racelir. Racelir with a very colorful bat, light blue, with a yellow designs that have some words and some pink splattered on it too. As Lewis comes set with the bases loaded, Raceler shows bunt. Bunt is down the first baseline. It's a good one. It's bobbled by Monroe. It'll get by the catcher Small. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score, and the runner's going to head down to second. That's Raceler. He's going to try and get into second, and he'll be caught at second, but not before 2 Vikings come around and score. And when the play ends, Tyler Gilsdorf is standing on third on the sack bunt, and a
player out trying to move to second.
On the sack bunt, that was a 3-2-3-6 play. So that brings the plate Braxton Culver. And that's 2-0 the count now to Culver. So Lewis comes set, and here's the 2-0 pitch to Culver. In there, strike 1, 2-1 the count now to Braxton Culver, who struck out in his first at-bat back in the second inning. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Vikings already with 4 on the board this inning and a runner on third. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Low ball 3, 3-1 the count now to Braxton Culver. As Rhett Kozier's final line, 2 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 of those earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that one's gonna hit Culver, and so the top of the lineup in Cy Dewing is gonna come up to the plate, and he's 0 for 2 on the day. With 2 groundouts, 1 to the second baseman and 1 to the shortstop. Lewis is going to stretch that arm out. So Dewing comes set, and here's the first pitch. High ball 1, 1-0 the count to Cy Dewing, as the Vikings have batted at 9 this inning as they've batted around. 4 runs home already for the Vikings. Runners at the corners. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Just outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count now to Cy Dewing. Lewis comes set, and here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back in the netting. And the count will be 2-1 in the count now to Cy Dewing. Vikings are led by their junior top of the lineup, and here's the 2-1 pitch from senior Alex Lewis. Swung on, hit to left field. That'll be down for a base hit, and the opposite field hit. It gets through Hunter Anderson's legs. 1 run will score. Here comes another run, and the Vikings are going to take a 7-3 lead on a couple of defensive miscues from the Titans this inning. Very uncharacteristic-like defense from the Titans so far today. On the single, and Dewing will be on second with off the air from Hunter Anderson. So that brings the plate number 2, Carson Malcolm. And he's going to take 0-1 already. As Lewis comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch. In the turf, ball 1. Good block there from Alex Small. 1-1 the count now to Carson Malcolm. As the Vikings have put up 6 and blown this game a little wide open. It's definitely going to be on the Titans to see if they can come back. And that'll be ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Carson Malcolm. Here's the 2-1 pitch. In there, strike 2. 2-2 the count now to Malcolm. So Lewis comes set. He's a strike away from getting out of the inning. And here's the 2-2 pitch from Alex Lewis. Swung on and missed. Swung out of his shoes there was Malcolm. And that'll end at the top of the 3rd, but not before the Vikings score 6. And heading into the bottom of the 3rd, the Vikings 7, the Titans 3. So here we are in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the Titans, they went into the top of the 3rd with a 2-run lead. Now they come into the bottom of the 3rd with a 4-run deficit. And it's Ashton Monroe stepping into the box for the Titans, and he takes strike one from the junior Ninehauser, who's pitching with a comfortable lead. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung to the third baseman, makes a diving grab. He's got it over to first, and that brings the first baseman off the bag. He'll get it. Monroe's gonna head down to second in what we call a $1 million play, $1 finish. Off the throwing error from Race Lear. And so it's a runner on second and nobody out for Dominic Copeland, who singled in his first at-bat back in the second inning. So the Titans have a runner on second, nobody out, hoping to get a few runs back. Copeland showing bunt. Runners are coming in. He pulls it back, and he'll take strike one. 0-1 the count to Dominic Copeland, with Bryson Steele on deck for the Titans. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In there, strike two called now to Dominic Copeland. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Copeland bites at some Ninehauser off speed, and that's another strikeout for Ninehauser. Makes it a couple and two. And that brings to play number 6, Bryson Steele. Like I was saying earlier, Titans are rolling with a relatively younger lineup tonight, mainly because they've had some players out. Bryce Fountain's out with a back issue. He's a senior leader, Cloud County Community College commit, as that one's ball one to Bryson Steele. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In there, strike one, the count to Bryson Steele. So 1-1 the count now to Steele. Swung on and missed, strike two. 1-2 the count now to Bryson Steele. But luckily, Fredenberg and Papik are coming back. Papik was back in school today, so that's always good to see, as districts are next week. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Second baseman's got it in shallow center field and makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
2 down. Number 2, Wayne Druba.
So Lane Drew was coming up to the plate for the Titans now. He flew out to the right fielder back in the second inning. So here's the first pitch to Druba. Titans had a runner on second and nobody out. Now it's a runner on second and 2 outs and an 0-1 count to Lane Druba, as Ninehauser comes set. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to left field. The left fielder is back at the track, makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So the Titans get a runner on but can't capitalize. And heading into the top of the fourth inning, it's the Titans 3, the Vikings 7. So here we are on the top of the fourth inning, and it's Nienhauser batting for the Vikings. 3-4-5 here in the top of the fourth, as it'll be Nienhauser followed by Mickelhose and Verkamp. So Lewis comes set. And he delivers. And Nienhauser goes around. 0-1 the count now to Cody Nienhauser. As he tried to check his swing and just wasn't able to. He had strong wrist there and his whole body kind of moved with him. 1-1 the count now to Cody Nienhauser. And looks like the ump will tell Small to move the bag out of the way that's fallen out of the Titans dugout. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Nienhauser. Swung on, hit to the second baseman. He's got it over to first, and it brings Monroe off the bag. And a routine ground out has turned into an error by the Titans. And just like that, the Vikings have the leadoff runner on again. So far, the Titans already 4 errors. So Lewis comes set, and here's the first pitch to Mickelhaus. Swung on and fouled off, and it'll hit off the concession stand. So 0-1 quickly on Mickelhaus. Mickelhaus is 1 for 2 with a single in the third and a fly out to the center fielder in the first. Lewis is just kind of standing around. He's going to step on the mound now with Verkamp on deck. Lewis comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit to the shortstop, Druba. He's going to flip it to second, over to first, in time for the double play. Easy 6-4-3 double play for the Titans. That brings to the plate number 4, Crew Verkamp, batting in the 5-hole for the Vikings with 2 outs Verkamp is the second baseman. I was going to say runner on second, but Verkamp is the second baseman. There's no runner on second. Ball outside, 1-0 the count to Crew Verkamp. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Lewis. 2-0 the count now to Verkamp. With Colt Kershaw on deck for the Vikings. He's the catcher, so he'll be wearing some catcher gear before he goes out there. Swung on and missed on the big outside pitch. 2-1 the count now to Crew Verkamp. So Lewis comes set, and here's the 2-1 pitch. High ball 3-1 the count now to Verkamp. As Lewis is at 29 pitches so far in his relief outing. 1 1/3 pitched, 1 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and a strikeout for the senior. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. It'll be Steele out there. Sorry, that was Ashton Monroe making the catch there. And the third out of the inning. So the Vikings go down 1-2-3, and heading into the bottom of the fourth, it's still Vikings 7, Titans 3. So here we are in the bottom of the fourth inning, and it's Hunter Anderson, Maddox Krivolovic, and Kyson Gana batting for the Titans, hoping to get some more runs here on Nienhauser, entering his fourth inning of work. He's at 53 pitches. In there, strike one to Anderson. 0-1 in the count to Hunter Anderson, who reached on an error back in the second inning. Already 6 errors so far, as that one's fouled off, and it's 0-2 the count out to Anderson. They're going to give the catcher Kershaw a little bit of time here. That one fouled off his face mask. Nienhauser comes set, and he's going to deliver really quickly here. Ball 1-2 the count now to Hunter Anderson. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on. That one's going to be the other way. Chopper, the second baseman's going to get in front of it and makes the great play there. That's second baseman Verkamp, who makes a fantastic defensive play in a game that will probably not be known for its defense. So that brings the plate number 18, Maddox Krivolovic, who tripled in his lone at-bat back in the second inning, as he ripped one all the way into right center field. That one's going to be chopped again. He's only seen 2 pitches from Nienhauser, as that one's to Verkamp and flipped over to first in time for the second out of the inning.
Verkamp looking like A-Rod over there for the second out.
So far, Verkamp with a couple of great defensive plays, as Kyson Gana is going to step in the box with a 1-2. He's 1-2 on the day with a single in the second and a strikeout in the first. And Nienhauser already delivering, as Gana trying to bunt to get on, as that one's taken for strike one. 0-1 the count to Kyson Gana, as Gana comes set. Nienhauser already delivering, and he is delivering fast, rapid fire, get in the box. And so far the results have been 3 runs for the Titans. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Just comes back in the field of play. I didn't have a play on that one, sorry folks. And Kerschel's gonna make the catch for the third out of the inning. So heading into the top of the fifth, it's Vikings 7, the Titans 3. So here we are in the top of the 6th inning. It'll be number 6, Colt Kershaw. Excuse me, it's the top of the 5th inning. So here's the first pitch. Outside, ball 1, 1-0 the count to Colt Kershaw. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In there, strike one, 1-1 the count to Colt Kerschel. Lewis out for his second inning of relief. As here's the 1-1 pitch. Foul off, and the count will move to 1-2. So Lewis comes set, and here's the 1-2 pitch to Colt Kerschel. Swung on, hit in the air. It's the second baseman shortstop going out there. And it looks like the second baseman, Bryson Steele, with the catch. Number 6 retiring, number 6 for the Vikings. That brings plate number 5, Tyler Gilsdorf. Gilsdorf has reached twice with a walk in the third and a single in the second. So here's the first pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Gilsdorf. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Lewis. Swung on, hit in the air. Gain is going to get under it and make the catch for the second out of the inning.
Gain in center field for the second out.
So that brings to the plate number 3, Trevor Racelier, who's has 0 at-bats tonight because he's sacked bunted twice. He does have 2 RBIs though, but is not coming to the plate in a sack bunting situation because nobody is on, but there are 2 outs. Here's the first pitch to Racelier. Swung on, hit to the first baseman, Monroe. He's got it and will step on the bag for the third out of the inning. So the Titans make the Vikings go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th, and heading into the bottom of the 5th. It's the Vikings 7, the Titans 3.
Number 5.
So here we are in the bottom of the 5th inning, and it'll be Alex Small up to bat for the Titans. Small has reached twice on 2 walks. And he'll look at ball 1. 1-0 the count to Alex Small, who's got the best plate discipline on the team, and has used the 1-0 pitch as he's going to take high ball 2. 2-0 the count now to Alex Small. Low ball 3. 3-0 the count now to Alex Small. Already looking for his third walk of the night. And here's the 3-0 pitch. In there, strike 1, 3-1 the count now to Alex Small. Small may be batting as that one swung on, hit in the air to left field. And it'll be caught by the left fielder Dewing.
Flies out to deep left.
Small might be batting .227 on the year, but he has a .454 on base percentage with 21 walks, which leads the team and is a fifth of the Titans' walks. As Trace Fountain will step in the box with 1 out, nobody on. And we'll immediately look at strike 1. 0-1 the count to Trace Fountain. Nienhauser has retired 3 of the 5 leadoff batters, as that one's taken for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Trace Fountain. Swung on, hit to on the right field line. That one's going to roll into the corner. Fountain's going to try and dig for second. He will slide into second with a 1-out double, and the Titans have a runner in scoring position and 1 out for Ashton Monroe.
Number 7, Ashton Monroe.
Monroe on the day has reached on an error in the 3rd and flew out on a diving play by the second baseman back in the 1st inning as he takes strike 1 from Nienhauser. 0-1 the count to the sophomore, Ashton Monroe. With Dominic Copeland on deck for the Titans. Swung on and fouled straight back right behind my head, it would have been. And 0-2 the count now to Ashton Monroe. As the senior White Fortner goes out to get the ball and give it back to the ump. So 0-2 the count. And the umpire will tell Nienhauser to step back on the mound as he's been working really quick. And he just got a little bit ahead of himself there. 0-2 the count now to Monroe. Fountain thought about getting to 3rd there on that ball that skipped away there from Kershaw. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ashton Monroe. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Titans looking to get some runs. Nienhauser steps off the mound. Adjusts his hat, he comes set. He's gonna tell the catcher Kershaw to come out. They're gonna discuss what's going on. I don't know if Nienhauser can't understand it, but we're gonna take this time to thank our sponsors of NSTV Broadcasting, and Burns Construction, Gaina Trucking and Excavating, Norris Association of Educators, First State Bank, Impact Athletics, Renee Goodard with Remax Concepts, Genesis Contracting, Sandy Shields with Nebraska Realty, Scott Coate from Mutual of Omaha, Price's Tree Farm, Proformance Physical Therapy, Pro Swip Solutions, UStop, Venue 522, and the Norris Athletic Booster Club. So special thanks to Hausman Construction for scoreboard sponsor and Provision Chiropractic and Wellness for sponsoring our replays. As Monroe takes outside ball 2, 2-2 the count now to Ashton Monroe. Nienhauser delivers. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Nienhauser's 3rd strikeout of the game. As I would also like to thank some of our donors, because if you are enjoying tonight's free broadcast, please consider donating to our program through our PayPal account. Links to donate can be found in the description of our videos. As Copeland hits that one into left field, Fountain's gonna be held at 3rd, and he's gonna come around. The throw to the plate, not in time. Copeland's gonna stand on 2nd. And the RBI single there from Dominic Copeland. And the Titans are now down by 3 as the score changes to 7-4. So that brings to the plate number 6, Bryson Steele. Like I was saying, if you would like to donate to our PayPal account, links to donate can be found in the description of our videos and by visiting the Norris website at norris160.org and /NSDV. Donors will be mentioned in a future broadcast, and donors of $25 or more will receive a free NSDV t-shirt. Grounded foul, 1-1 the count now to Bryson Steele. Also, a big thank you goes out to our donors, Patricia Severson, Barb and Bryce Benzinger, Vicky and Cliff Obink, Perry and Janine Severson, Lucas and Michaela Wicks, Matt and Bunny Christie, Chad and January Otto. for their donation to our program. As it's 1-2, the count now to Bryson Steele. As Nienhauser comes set, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Nienhauser with 2 strikeouts, but the Titans do get one more on the board. And heading into the top of the 6th inning, it's the Titans 4, the Vikings 7. So here we are in the top of the 6th inning, and it'll be 9-1-2 for the Vikings and Braxton Culver, Cy Dewing, and Carson Malcolm. Looks like the Vikings will roll with Nienhauser for the bottom of the 6th, as there's no action in the Viking bullpen, as Lewis will deliver his first pitch of the inning. Monroe looks to be under it. It's Steele who calls him off and makes the catch for the first down of the inning. So we'll be back in the top of the lineup for number 18, Cy Dewing. Dewing with 2 groundouts. And reached on an error. Singled in and reached on an error in the 3rd. So he's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the first pitch. 1-0 the count to Cy Dewing. Lewis comes set, and here's the 1-0 pitch. He shows bunt, can't quite get it down, and he went through the ball and went about a quarter of the way down to first for 1-1 the count out of Cy Dewing. Lewis comes set, and here's the 1-1 pitch in the dirt turf, ball 2. 2-1 the count out of Cy Dewing. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, shot down the first base line. Just gets up by the diving glove of the first baseman, Ashman Monroe. And the Vikings have a runner on first and 1 out for Carson Malcolm, who's 1 for 3 with a single in the first, a fly out to the left fielder in the 3rd, and a strikeout in the 3rd. So Malcolm steps in the box. Lewis comes set, and here's the first pitch to Carson Malcolm. In there, strike 1, 0-1 the count to Carson Malcolm. So Dewing gets his lead off first. Lewis comes set, and he delivers. Great curveball there from Alex Lewis. Makes it 0-2 the count now to Carson Malcolm. Lewis comes set, and here's the 0-2 pitch. chopped, and this one Lewis will get it, barehands it over to first in time for the second out of the inning. Great job there by Alex Lewis, or what the fans affectionately call him, Louie, for the second out of the inning, just taking his time and delivering a strike to first off that just very small ground ball. So that brings the plate Nienhauser, who singled, walk, and has reached on an error so far today. So Lewis comes set, and here's the first pitch to Nienhauser. In there, strike one, 0-1 the count to Cody Nienhauser. Lewis, or a 3 1/3. 2 hits, 2 runs, none of them earned, a 1 walk and 1 strikeout, as he's going to deliver an 0-1 pitch to Nienhauser. Swung on, shot down to left field. They're going to wave, doing around third. Anderson bobbles it to the left, and Nienhauser's going to slide into second with a single. Reaches on to second on the error, and a run scores for the Vikings, making it 8-4 for the Waverly Vikings. Second error of the day for Hunter Anderson. So that was the first earned run from Lewis, as Zach Mickelhose will swing through strike one. Lewis comes set. Nienhauser gets his lead off second, and here's the 0-1 pitch. In there, strike two called. 0-2 the count now to Mickelhose. Lewis comes set, and here's the 0-2 pitch. Let's see if he can get him out of the inning. And foul tipped into the glove, and Lewis will get a strikeout. And heading into the bottom of the 6th inning, it's the Titans 4, the Vikings 8.
Adding a genius, number 2, Lane.
So here we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Nienhauser will be pitching the 6th inning. He's at 78 pitches. And it'll be Druba, Hunter Anderson, and Maddox Krivolovic batting. So Lane Druba up to the plate as he takes strike one here to start off the 6th inning. So here's the 0-1 pitch. High ball 1-1 the count now to Lane Druba. So 8-4 lead for the Vikings. And Nienhauser comes set, and here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. First baseman's right there to make the play.
Druba delivers out to the first baseman.
That was Gilsdorf making the play there. as Hunter Anderson will step in the box for the Titans.
Number 14, Hunter Anderson.
Anderson reached on an error in the second and grounded out to the second baseman in the fourth. So Nienhauser comes set, and here's the first pitch. In there, strike one called. 0-1 the count to Hunter Anderson. Nienhauser comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch now. In there, strike two. 0-2 the count now to Anderson. Anderson's going to step up. Sorry, that's Nienhauser pitching. He's going to step off the mound. Now here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled. And that one was, thank goodness the net was there, as that one was right at my face. And once again, Nienhauser just getting a little ahead of things, as Anderson's going to call time and
That's a ball.
just calm down. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Ball one, 1-2 the count now to Hunter Anderson, as it really should be 2-2 on the balk there from Nienhauser. Swung on, hit in the air, and foul. And the count will remain the same at 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit to left field. That's a base hit for Hunter Anderson. And the Titans have a runner on first. And one out for Maddox Krivolovic, who had the big hit for the Titans. A two RBI triple, in the second inning. Krivolovic will take ball one. 1-0 the count to Maddox Krivolovic. The 1-0 is taken out and outside, ball two. 2-0 the count now to Maddox Krivolovic, who's now batting .250. Here's the 2-0 pitch, outside, ball three. 3-0 to the junior, Maddox Krivolovic. The lefty-lefty matchup here. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that one's gonna plunk Krivolovic.
Kriv's gonna wear that one.
And that one hit Krivolovic pretty. There's nothing Krivolovic could do to get out of the way of that fastball. So it's a runners on first and second now. As Kyson Gaina steps in the box, the senior, looking to get some damage here against the Vikings. In there, strike one, 0-1 the count to Kyson Gaina. Gaina struck out looking in the first, singled in the second, and popped out to the catcher in the later on in the game, and he flew out to the right fielder on that one.
Number 5, Alex.
So now it'll be runners on first and second now, and 2 outs.
Let's go. Yeah.
As Alex Small will step in the box, and he's another senior that'll hopefully do some damage here against the Vikings. He's got 2 walks already and a fly out to the left fielder. As he fouls that one off, 0-1 the count to Alex Small. A senior leader on this team, playing in his last home game, possibly even his last at-bat at Titan Stadium. With a lot of eyes on the future UNO baseball player. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside, ball one. 1-1 the count now to Alex Small. As Nienhauser is still rolling. He's smiling through this inning as that one gets by the catcher, Kerschel, And the runners will move up a base, so it'll be 2 runners in scoring position on the wild pitch from Nienhauser. So now here comes the umpire out. And they're going to have a conversation with the other umpire. Don't know what that could be about. Looks like they were just trying to make sure that didn't hit Small. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Inside ball 3, 3-1 the count now to Alex Small, with Trace Fountain on deck for the Titans. Here's the 3-1 pitch. High ball 4, and the Titans have them loaded.
Walks the bases loaded.
So the Titans have them loaded for the sophomore Trace Fountain. And a courtesy runner's coming out for Small, and that's Aaron Gettle.
Catcher, number 11, Aaron.
And here comes out the Waverly coach. He's going to make a pitching change here. Nienhauser's day is done after 5 2/3. So he'll move to DH. Actually, he hasn't taken the ball from Nienhauser yet. If he does get taken out, he'll just move to DH. And he will not take the ball from Nienhauser. He motioned towards the Waverly dugout as if he was going to bring in a pitcher. And no move was made. And so Nienhauser will look to finish the inning at least. He's at 97 pitches as Trace Fountain steps in the box. He's got reached on a fielder's choice. He's popped out and he's doubled. So he's 1 for 3. As here's the first pitch to Trace Fountain, swung on, hit in the air. And it's the second baseman's that's going to make the grab for the 3rd out of the inning, that's Verkamp, who's been one of the lone defensive standouts today in an otherwise error game, as he makes a great play, as that one was really lost in the lights. And heading into the top of the 7th, it's the Titans 4, the Vikings 8. So here we are on the top of the 7th inning, and I'd like to take this time to thank our helpers in the studio and people running the cameras. Thank you, Nora, Henry, and Reed. So it'll be Verkamp, Kerschel, and Gilsdorf. batting for the Vikings here in the top of the 7th. It's been 2 pop-outs for Verkamp and an error that he's reached on so far today. So 0 for 3 for the senior from Waverly. Lewis out for his 4th inning. As Alex Lewis comes set, only allowed 1 earned run. He's allowed 3. In there, strike 1, 0-1 the count to Verkamp. Lewis comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch to Crew Verkamp. That one's taken low and away for ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Verkamp, as that last one hit the backstop here. Lewis is ready, and here's the 1-1 pitch to Verkamp. Swung on, hitting the air to center field. Gain is going back. He's going to make the catch on the run for the first down of the inning, and that brings to the plate number 6, Colt Kershaw, who's singled, doubled, and popped out. He's a triple and a homer away from the cycle, but doesn't look like he'll get there today. Lewis comes set, and here's the first pitch to Kershaw. That one's going to take off outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Colt Kershaw. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Low, ball 2. 2-0 the count out of Kershaw, as that one kind of skipped away from Alex Small. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Second baseman Steele's going to take charge here and make the catch for the second out of the inning. So that brings to the plate number 5, Tyler Gilsdorf, as Small blows a bubble gum, puts his face mask back down, and he gets into his crouch. As Lewis, he's ready now, and Gilsdorf is in the box. Here's the first pitch to Gilsdorf. Swung on and fouled into the netting again. Another one aimed towards my face. Maybe Waverly has it out for me. 0-1 the count to Gilsdorf. As Lewis comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Low, ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Gilsdorf. Lewis comes set, and here's the 1-1. Low, ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Gilsdorf. Lewis, he's ready. Here's the 2-1. In there, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Gilsdorf. Lewis comes set, and here's the 2-2 pitch. Just low, ball 3. That'll make the count full to Gilsdorf. Titans Stadium still full, as it's now almost 9 o'clock. Here's the 3-2, and that one's taken high, as Gilsdorf will get on with a walk, as it's now 53 degrees here, and there's a lot of blankets, heavy coats out here at Titan Stadium. Waverly's about 3 deep in chairs and stands. Titans are about 5 deep, plus about another row standing. In there, strike one, 0-1 the count to Trevor Racelier. Lewis is ready, and here's the 0-1 pitch as Gilsdorf leads from first. Inside, ball 1-1 the count now to Racelier. Racelier and Verkamp are the only two Waverly batters not to have a hit so far today. Sorry, and Culver Culver also doesn't have a hit, but Culver has a run. Roselier has 2 RBIs, and Verkamp has a run. As Racelier's going to take strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Trevor Racelier. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Lewis gets out of the jam. And heading into the bottom of the 7th, it's the Vikings 8, the Titans 4. So Maddox Hassenkamp is going to come into the game for the Vikings. He is a 6.42 ERA on the year. In 8 appearances, he has 1 save. Hassenkamp has pitched 12 innings, 19 hits, 11 runs, 11 earned runs, 11 walks, 18 strikeouts for the senior in Hassenkamp, as it'll be Ashton Monroe, Dominic Copeland, and Bryson Steele batting here in the bottom of the 7th inning as Hassenkamp, the now righty, comes set. In there, strike 1 to Ashton Monroe. Titans looking for a rally here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Down 4. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Hassenkamp. That one's going to be taken in the turf. Ball 1. 1-1 the count now to the sophomore in Ashton Monroe, who's popped out, reached on an error, and struck out so far in the game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In the turf, ball 2, as that one bounces basically to Dominic Copeland. So it's 2-1 the count now to Ashton Monroe. All right, the Titans dugout is loud, and they are on the railing. leaning over the railing as looks like Bryce Fountain dropped his sunglasses. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. A big strike there from Hasenkamp, as it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ashton Monroe. Hasenkamp comes set, and here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit to the shortstop. He will get it on a slide over to first. Not in time. It's an infield single for Ashton Monroe. And the Titans have the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Hasenkamp's going to walk around the mound here for a little bit. Runner on first, nobody out as Dominic Copeland steps into the box. He's got a single, a strikeout, and a single. As Hasenkamp comes set, and here's the first pitch to Dominic Copeland. And he'll look at ball 1. 1-0 the count to the sophomore Dominic Copeland, who was a mid-season call-up from the JV team. Now in a big spot here, hoping to keep the Titans' hopes of winning this game alive. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Hasenkamp. In there, strike 1. 1-1 the count now to Copeland. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Hasenkamp. Outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Copeland. As Copeland steps back in the box, Hasenkamp adjusts himself, gets himself settled with a quick lap around the mound. He looks at first at Monroe. He comes set, and here's the 2-1 pitch. In there, strike 2. 2-2 the count now to Copeland, as that one just brushed the outside part of the plate. Copeland, he's ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off, and the count will remain the same at 2-2. Hasenkamp, he comes set. The Waverly bullpen is active. I can't quite see who's up down there. And that one's taken low, ball 3. 3-2 the count now to Dominic Copeland. Hasenkamp looks at Monroe. He's ready, and here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, hit to the second baseman. He's got it. Goes to second for 1. Over to first. Not in time. And that gets by the first baseman, Gilsdorf. But it's a fielder's choice as the Titans are down to their last 2 outs now. Yeah, for the 4-6-3 fielder's choice. So runner will remain on first, but now it's 1 out now for Bryson Steele, who's grounded out, popped out, and striked out. Here's the first pitch. In there, strike 1. Nienhauser, he went 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 of those earned, 3 walks, and 4 punchies for the junior. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Hasenkamp. And the turf ball 1, that gets by Kershaw, and Dominic Copeland's going to be on second on the wild pitch. So 1-1 to Steele now. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Just outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Bryson Steele. As the Vikings really wanted that call on the inside part of the plate, but it was just cut too far inside. So Hassenbach, he's going to look at what pitch is going to be called, and here's the 2-1 pitch. And the pitch call was fastball for strike 2. 2-2 the count now to Bryson Steele. Hassenkamp comes set, and here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. First punchy of the day for Maddox Hassenbach, and the Titans are down to their last out. So that brings to the plate Lane Druba, the junior, looking to keep the Titans' hopes alive as the Waverly fans are starting to get on their feet here at Titan Stadium. As Hassenbach comes set, Dominic Copeland at second. Here's the pitch. In there, strike 1 to Lane Druba. 0-1 the count to Lane Druba, who's flown out, and line out. So he's 0 for 3 on the day. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Druba. Swung on and missed, strike 2. 0-2 the count now to Druba as the Titans are down to their last strike, and the Waverly fans are buzzing while the Titans fans are praying. Hassenkamp comes set, and here's the 0-2 pitch. And it's been 3 straight fastballs. Druba looks at that one looking, and the Vikings get the win 8-4. 2 punches for Hassenbach to end the game. The Titans lose 8-4. So that concludes the home part of the experience for the Titans. The Vikings will be back in action again on Monday, May 4th, when they face Gretna East away. The Titans will be back in action also on Monday and face Elkhorn North. Thank you, Mr. Carlson, for letting me do this, and thank you for folks at home not getting tired of me. I'm Mitchell Severson. Thank you for listening.